beyond the well-beaten tracks of human civilization, beyond what lies behind the night sky, is the Dynasty project. Its origins born in the minds of humanity, yet its purpose unfulfilled. As a pilot in the elite universe, to know its secrets will at least leave you absent of memory and at the worst, absent of life. 3 locations, out in the void, beyond the bubble, waiting for humanity to fall. In this video, we will explore one such place, located near the Formidine Rift. Thousands of light years away from inhabited space, travelling through regions awash with neutron stars, planetary nebulas and black holes, there lies 2 nebulas named the Heart and Soul Nebula. Almost visible from the bubble, they are regions noted for their amazing vistas and wealth of minerals. Although far beyond the core systems, there is a human presence in this area in the form of 2 hollowed out asteroids that have been repurposed to serve as outposts. One is located in the Heart Nebula, and one is located in the Soul Nebula, and upon further inspection, it is obvious of the roles of these bases. The Soul Nebula base is labelled Base Camp, and is currently used by a mining corporation for exploitation of the region's ores and minerals. Although relatively safe, there is a pirate presence in this area, and the system's local security force is reasonably competent at dealing with these illegal activities. Moving on from the Heart Nebula, the next base is labelled Farsight Expedition Base. Upon entry into this system, you will notice the spike in pirate activity, so much so that the current base is under occupation by a pirate faction. The location of the original crew of the station is unknown, presumably killed by local pirates. It is unknown when these bases were constructed and by what corporation or faction. The current occupants are merely tenants, and although one is a reputable mining business, the other is unlawful, and it is highly doubted that they have any access to a megaship or station capable of moving from system to system. The names of the locations are also dubious to their current occupiers, as though their initial use was for something else. Within an intermediate range of these bases, the 4 locations belonging to the Dynasty project was uncovered. Discovery was made in a similar fashion to the Conflux and Hawkins Gap sites. The men and women of the Pilots Federation and the Canonn Research Institute found a set of beacons for which you can obtain the address at the Canonn link below. These beacons, like the Conflux and Hawkins sites, transmit their location in the direction of the bubble. Upon a detailed survey of the first system's planetary bodies, a human settlement was located, now known as the Alpha Site. Upon landing on the planet, you may speculate to the purpose of this site, but what is clear is the prefabricated buildings that are used here seem to be intended for long-term human habitation. Amongst the various engineering materials scattered on the surface, you will locate 6 comms uplinks, and a data point that when scanned will generate a token for monetary reimbursement. On these logs are the notes of a crew member of an unknown vessel who documented his days working on the ship. Noted is how much the ship's captain had pushed his ship to the point of FSD malfunction. Mentioned also was an apparent voice calling to the crew when traversing Witchbase. As they continued on the job, the difficulties they had to endure became more apparent. Mentions of fellow staff members becoming uncontrollably aggressive and having to be sedated. The fate of this ship is clear in the last log, and it seems that they completely lost control of the ship and perished. Within a single jump range of the first system, the second site was uncovered. As what now is becoming the calling card of the Dynasty project, one set of beacons and one settlement. On the surface of the planet shown was a beta site, fulfilling the role of food supply to the Formidine Dynasty chain. The revelations within the log found here indicate that the ship, like all the other ships, was dropping off unregistered comms beacons. They had also received a mysterious transmission from a non-human source, and that the ship had suffered fatal damage and was left, drifting in space, running out of power, with no salvation. Within reach of the second site was the third, labelled Delta. Its purpose seems to be a mix between a town and a military installation. What reveals itself as you approach is the improvised gate, like to the one found in my Conflux and Fargood videos found here. It is currently unknown what purpose these gates fulfill, if any, although speculation suggests they are not merely gates to enter and leave the settlement. This installation is the first site we encounter in the Formidine Rift that we see patrols, like we do from the other two sites. Devoid of idents and affiliation, these pilots patrol a few times and leave. Pursuits of these pilots lead to nothing, as though they disappear into thin air, or space so to speak. On the logs of this site accounts another ship, with a similar role to the others. This ship seems to be equipped with a hangar that could hold sidewinders, and that these sidewinders were being used to drop beacons in space. An error of one of the crew's sidewinder pilots sets the beacon off, which disables the group of ships for a while. It appears the parent vessel was attacked and destroyed by non-human hands. Lastly, we find the Gamma site, noting the location of the comms beacon in space. Further survey will reveal the ground site. On the surface we find a CNC facility, which now completes the template similar to the Conflux and Hawkins Gap sites. CNC, habitation and food production. Self-contained pockets of interlink facilities. More patrols can be seen at this facility. The logs found on location explores more detail to the strange signals within the region of space. They also detail the lights within witch space and the connections to malfunctions whenever they are encountered. Yet another collective of sites out in the void, abandoned and left ready for habitation. Yet another set of ships, some of which return to the bubble, and some never return. All of this preparations for a threat that is currently not really a threat. Mentions of voices in the void, and mentions of mysterious lights. Up until a few years back, the bread trail of the Dynasty project ran dry. Some months after investigations into the Dynasty project ran dry, the Galnet news service, a media organisation who was run by the Pilots Federation and was supposedly neutral, released an article which once again opened investigations into the Dynasty project. A group of pilots named the Hamsters uncovered an abandoned megaship out beyond the Formidine sites, in the heart of the Formidine Rift. Ventures into this area are particularly difficult as to the lack of stellar bodies in the area for which a pilot can navigate, although somewhat easier now that the Engineers Guild have improved the jump ranges of human ships. Back then, jumps to here were only for the most hardened of explorers. The rift is full of the graves of pilots gone by who failed to reach this place. Upon approaching the megaship, you will notice the utter void of this area. Not a soul within 3,000 light years. Scanning the ship will unearth logs from the crew members who shed light into the Dynasty project and its purpose. The following are the logs found.
We managed to overpower the invaders, but not before they took out the main reactor. We're dead, in space, with 20 minutes of life support left. Didn't get nothing out of them before they died, but clearly it was all planned. They took a drug which killed them. Doc says it's named Hexedit. First it kills your memories, then it kills you. Neat and tidy. So, we're dead. Just waiting for the end. This will be the last log from the Zurara. Some of the crew have already killed themselves. Others are praying to whatever deity they believe might help them. A few are drinking themselves into oblivion. I don't know what'll get us first. The lack of oxygen or the cold. Battery power's about to die. Me? I'm leaving this log. This far out, I doubt anyone will ever hear it, but... well, what the hell? We all signed up for the promise of big payouts. A year of your life in exchange for enough to retire on. I guess I should have looked closer at it. But you would have probably done the same, right? No need to work again. What's clear now is whoever was behind this mission never intended for any of us to come back. Damn, it's cold in here now. The folks managing the cargo, geez, they were all psychos. The moment we completed the mission, they just snapped. Killed the ship and killed themselves. Some kind of mental conditioning, Doc said. We tried to get word out to the other vessels when we found out. We got a signal out, but I don't know if anyone received it. It'll probably freak them out. I don't think they know we're here. We dropped a series of beacons out here, all targeted around Earth-like, terraformable worlds. We prepped some of the terraform candidates with CETAs and biofilters. No one can figure out why it was necessary, but that was the mission. Just as we were turning back, boom, those cargo handlers went nuts. So, that's it. We don't even know why we've been killed. But someone out there knows. Someone out there has blood on their hands. A lot of it. If you figure it out, you give them a message from us. You know what I mean? Funny. We were told there was something bad out here. That was haunted by ghosts. I just never figured it'll be us doing the haunting.
More coverage of these events can be found in Drew WAGAR'S amazing novels Elite Dangerous Premonition and Reclamation. Thank you for watching my video. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy, like this video, and hit the bell notification button below for updates on future content. You can also find me on Twitter and Reddit, links in the channel. Your support is massively appreciated.
So, this is what they were hiding. I'm leaving the old logs for reference. I might need to come back this way again and re-educate myself. Chances are my memory will get zapped again. If I don't make it, I'll have to leave clues for others to follow. So, if you're reading this and you're not me, here's the deal. Found this ship. Took me years. This is the evidence. Nothing inside but void frozen cadavers, perfectly preserved, some with drinks still in their hands. But the log... They sent these poor souls out here because they needed waypoints, all prepped for every eventuality. 3 different zones, it would seem. There's a conspiracy. Guess you figured that out already, but it goes way up, way beyond the Feds, the Imps, and the Alliance. Something is coming. I don't know what it is, but it's bad, and it's all being hidden. All this weird stuff far out in the void. It's some kind of contingency plan. The answer to why and who is back in the core, not out here. That's where I'm going next.